Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Ace Academy. Safe space in which we awesome, where I'm joined by my very dirty-minded sister who's accusing me of things that aren't true. I go for candy, not for women. No, I like the decorations best. Who wouldn't miss that? Halloween is lame without candy. Yes. Halloween blow. Halloween is lame without candy. I miss trick-or-treating. Buying your own candy just isn't the same. Okay, that still has candy in it, though. The best part about being an adult is buying your own candy. Everyone knows this. Nikki has a faraway look in her eyes.
Yeah, all those peanut butter cups.
That's not how you spell that. Uncle Kato sits down and looks intrigued yet confused.
Is that really a tradition?
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's not even the best part about Halloween.
No.
No? Yes, it is. Nikki glares at me.
No, the best part about Halloween is pumpkins.
That says R.
More specifically, jack-o'-lanterns.
I also like corn mazes, personally. Oh yeah, carving pumpkins with Mom was both fun and frustrating. Yeah, like building furniture with my mom. It's fun until it's frustrating. For her, as she hates building things. And then and she doesn't leave, and she gets angry and takes it out on who's ever nearby, which is me at the time. But for the most part, before we even begin for most things, I'm just like, hey, let me take care of it. Because I fucking love building furniture. It's one of my favorite things.
It's because she was just so good at it. I mean, ridiculously good.
Oh, like my real-life sister, who is fucking awesome. She carved like a cat into a pumpkin. Which isn't, that's fairly basic as far as jack-o'-lantern art goes, but even so. Remember the one she carved with the Headless Horseman in her pumpkin? Nikki laughs.
Yeah, and I'd been so proud of my pumpkin because I carved vampire fangs instead of square teeth.
I mean, do people do square teeth? I thought it was you do the back and forth zigzag for teeth. Whatever. Yelled at Mom for cheating and cried until she promised to carve another one with you.
I didn't cry.
What's wrong with crying? Yeah, you did.
Well, my pumpkin still ended up being better than yours.
Yeah. Everyone is amazing, says you.
You think you can do better?
I'm imagining him just, like, he has no idea what the fuck we're talking about, but he's just amused anyway. Please, your pumpkin could never compete with mine. Kato's been laughing while listening to us banter, but he finally interjects.
Actually, your mom wasn't the only person in this family with amazing art skills. I bet my carving skills could outdo even your mom's.
Oh shit, is that a challenge? Nikki grins.
That's a pretty serious claim.
Also, I'm not sure if Japan naturally grows pumpkins. Also, I don't know where they naturally grow anyway. There's only one way to find out.
Where are my keys? I'll go buy the pumpkins.
Okay, alright, fair enough. They have pumpkins there. Awesome. Then again, like, it's the modern day, and in this game it's the future, so they would have shit like that imported and then growing in, like, a greenhouse or something. Kato changes out of his suit and runs to the store. He sprints at top speed. It's unusual. I didn't know humans could go that fast. Whatever. Meanwhile, Nikki and I scrounge around the house for some carving knives and old newspapers. Why don't you just use a normal knife? You don't need specifically a carving knife. Although that is its a designated job, but even so, like, you don't need it, you just use it. Uncle Kato returns with a triumphant smile and sets flat green pumpkins on the table.
Here, I bought 4 kabochas.
Why 4?
Just in case someone messes up. Or we get hungry.
Nikki seems thoughtful.
They're a little small, but I guess these'll do. It would be better if we could have found the big orange ones, but I guess they're kind of hard to find in Japan.
Hey, that thing I was talking about. Uncle Kato frowns.
Are these wrong?
They'll be fine. They're not wrong, per se. It's just different. I mean, obviously you're not gonna have the same shit everywhere. I tie an apron around my waist and grab one of the knives. Like, if you go to Australia, you're not gonna have a maple forest with birch trees, okay? That's just not how it works. You get different trees there. Far more tropical ones. I tie an apron around my waist and grab one of the knives, then stab my pumpkin. And leave the knife there and walk away.
Jeez, look at that grin as he plunges in the knife.
I'm having fun with the knife. Kato has already slipped on his apron and stabs his knife too. Oh yeah, I just realized he put on an apron. Why? Just get messy, man. Then he cuts a circle off the top.
Less talking and more carving.
He hurriedly sets up.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. He falls silent while we carve in deep concentration. That's not at all how it works in places where I've carved pumpkins. Especially if it's friends or family. We're chatting and laughing as we go. Oh man, I'm not gonna go into it, but my niece, Adria, fucking loves carving pumpkins. Or at least she used to. I'm not sure about now. She's a teenager now. The only sounds are the squelch of pumpkins. Almost finished my pumpkin when Nikki puts her knife down.
And done. Look at this masterpiece.
Are we gonna see it? She swivels her pumpkin around and shows us a spooky face. She carved in narrow eyes and a long, deep grin of sharp teeth. I can picture it.
How did you do that so quickly?
Nikki giggles.
I told you, I'm the carving master.
She peeks at Uncle Kato's pumpkin.
You've only finished one eye.
You can't rush brilliance.
That's true, but also it's a pumpkin.
What about you, bro?
I'm almost done, just finishing the last few touches now. She looks at my pumpkin.
Even he's almost finished. How come you barely started?
Just wait. Mine is going to be even better than the two of yours because I'm actually taking the time to do it right.
No, because you're looking at what ours is gonna be while you fucking meander around the pumpkin, and then you're gonna specifically make it better because you already know what ours is. This has got a time limit for this shit. Because I'm actually taking the time. Yeah. I think I hear a faint knock on the door, but no one else reacts. It must have been my imagination. Or I can go check.
Because I was fastest.
That's not fair. I thought we were being judged on best carving job.
Also, who's at the door?
Both. Best and fastest carving. That's how we did it at home.
I didn't know these rules.
There aren't rules. Nikki turns to
Who
me.
do you think is the winner?
Obviously you. Have you not seen my masterpiece? Yo, dog. I'm about to be done. I'm about to wow you. It's not a two-way argument. It's a fucking three-way argument. Clearly the winner is me.
I thought you weren't even finished.
Yeah, well, I finished up while you two were arguing. I didn't know that was the sentence. I was just gonna say basically that. I spin my pumpkin around for them to view. Whoosh. Does this not scare your pants off? Weird expression. Nikki raises an eyebrow. Kato looks down at his legs.
My pants are still on, so I'll have to say no.
Nice try.
Neither of you knows good art when you see it. Sing-song voice floats into the room, followed by a familiar face.
Surprise!
So, somebody was at the door that we should have addressed. A game and a story, nothing outside of real life has shit like that happen unless it actually matters. Everyone freezes. Antioche? For some reason, she looks just as surprised as the rest of us. Her eyes are wide, and her mouth forms an "oh." She's wearing a long, stylish trench coat, which she closes tightly. Uh-oh. Was there going to be something inappropriate happen? Nikki's face breaks into a wide smile, and she races to give Aunt Yuki a hug.
Aunt Yuki?
Yuki relaxes into a matching grin and hugs her back.
Oh, you've grown so tall. What happened?
What happened? Oh, God, you're so tall now.
You think so? I still hope I grow another inch or two.
You're in high school. Darling, that ain't happening.
I can't believe you're finally here.
Yuki blinks in surprise.
Oh, right. I'm, back from my business trip.
Okay. She looks at Kato for backup, but his face is frozen, mask of surprise and fear. Say you know the I know the truth. I'm gonna play along. Oh, Nyoki, you were gone for a really long time. He giggles and follows my lead.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen you since we moved here. What were you doing that took so long?
She's just taking off her clothes.
Oh, you know. I was traveling doing company PR. Boring stuff. You don't want to hear about it.
Kato finally recomposes himself. He doesn't recompass himself.
It's okay, Yuki. They know.
They do?
They figured it out. I had no choice.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose that makes things easier. Are you angry?
Shake my head. Of course not. It's a divorce. Like, I know it may not be that big of a... it may be a huge deal here, but in the US and Canada, it happens basically all the time. English speakers don't know what love is anymore.
I'm sorry I didn't stop by to see you kids sooner, but your uncle didn't even tell me you were here until a few weeks ago, when I was really traveling for work.
I thought that was an N, so I'm like, wonk. Nikki mock glares at Kato.
Seriously, Uncle?
Who just says uncle.
I meant to tell her. I just never seem to have time.
He just wanted to hug you all to himself.
Also, he just doesn't tell people things.
How rude!
Nikki hugs Aunt Yuki again.
Aunt Yuki, don't you want to take your coat off?
Okay. She comes back from Nikki and pulls her coat tighter.
You know, it's a little chilly in here, so I think I'll keep it on.
Ah, the implications.
Really? I don't think it's cold.
Oh, it'll definitely be cold.
I actually, didn't realize you kids were home.
His eyes widen in understanding as Yuki makes eye contact. Hilariously, as in with actual porn and not, I guess maybe in real life. You just get naked, put on a large coat, and then go. Instead of being naked after you get there. Like, come on now.
Oh.
She quickly jumps to his feet.
Yuki, I need to talk to you about something, in private.
Yes, sure.
Before the words are out of her mouth, the two of them are already halfway up the stairs. Trying to stifle my laughter as Nikki watches them leave, her mouth hanging open in confusion.
Is it me or was that really weird?
It was pretty weird, yeah. Sweet innocent Nikki, if only you could stay this innocent forever. It's not about innocence, it's about she was already nude before she came over. That's weird. Keep your clothes on until you get here. There's so many instances where that could go wrong and not right, and it's just, God. I pat her on the head. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean I'm condescending you. You'll understand when you're older.
Now you're acting weird too.
Yes! Why didn't I just tell her? A few minutes later, Kato and Yuki return. She's shed her coat and is wearing a pink sweater and a skirt. There we go. Crisis averted. Kato shoots me a warning look as Aunt Yuki blushes. I struggle to hold in a grin.
Yep.
Aunt Yuki, if you weren't really away on business, what brings you back home?
Yuki's blush deepens, and even Uncle Kato's cheeks turn red.
Hey, look at the pumpkins we've been carving.
Why is this part of the game?
Oh, yes, I'd love to see them.
Like, this is the first instance of this character being here, and she's a fucking perv. She's a streaker. Nikki glances over at me and raises an eyebrow again. I just laugh. While Aunt Yuki inspects the pumpkins, Uncle Kato and Nikki return to arguing about who is the pumpkin master. Yuki says she'll put everyone to shame. I can't help but smile as I see Uncle Kato slip his arm around Aunt Yuki. Maybe things are looking up for the two of them. Before Nikki can challenge Aunt Yuki to a carving contest, I offer to take Nikki to the movie so Kato and Yuki can catch up. After Nikki first protests, but she has no choice but to go with me when I drag her out of the house by her hair, kicking and screaming. It's kind of abuse. By the time the movie ends, Aunt Yuki and Uncle Kato are nowhere to be found. I go to bed with a smile on my face and a glimmer of hope in my heart. Weird thing to be smiling about. Damn it. I blink bleary eyes as my alarm wakes me up and quickly slap it off. Why is it even off today? I don't have anything planned for this morning, so I can afford to sleep in. Close my eyes, roll over, and fall back to sleep. In what feels like mere minutes, my slumber is once again disturbed. This time it's from a buzzing on my phone. My arm shoots off out from beneath the blankets and grabs my phone. I squint from the blinding rays peeking through my curtains and retreat into the safety underneath my covers. Don't do that. The phone will be just as bright. The call's from Show. Hello?
Broseph, you ready or what?
No.
Were you sleeping? Dude, it's 5 p.m.
Shit, really? What? Throw off my blanket and push back the curtains, letting the blinding rays of dusk. Crap, how did I sleep the whole day away? That's a fucking good question. People don't naturally sleep that long unless they've, they're, jet lagged or something. They don't just naturally sleep for like 16 hours.
I don't know, but the Halloween party is starting soon at the Pilot's Lounge. Do you have any idea what that means?
Are you gonna talk about the slutty costumes? Fun party times, slutty everywhere. I'm definitely not rather be sleeping. Fun party times. Yeah, I'm getting ready now. I'll meet you on the campus in the field.
Good, I'll see you there.
Hanging up, I throw my phone down on my bed and try and make myself look presentable. My headphones are dying. Hang on. I still have my old costumes from my time back at CINY. Any of them would be doable this time around. What do I want to dress up as? Sexy police officer, Badman the Dark Knight. Okay. Legolas from Lord of the Gears. One of the Ninja Rangers. Ooh, what would be the least nerdy thing? You know what? Probably the Badman one. I'm Badman. Fuck off. Enough said. After prepping and changing into my costume, I hop on my bike and head to campus. I'm Ghost Rider. I'm Batman. When I reach the Pilot's Lounge main entrance, I text Show only to see him waving at me.
Broseph!
Hey! He's in a Yasagame high school uniform. Persona 4! Or Persona 4. Ah, cool. He grins.
That's right.
Is it about cats who purr? Never noticed until now, but the real Show looks and acts very similarly to Yosuke Hamanera. I'm very English, I'm sorry. That's a perfect Yakuza costume play, man. Good stuff. That's why it's a white lens.
Yosuke?
Yeah. He frowns.
No, not Yosuke. I'm supposed to be you, not Akami.
Sure. I don't see it. You definitely fit the profile of a secondary character. The protagonist's best friend.
No way! I won't settle for that role.
Okay. I'm afraid it's already been decided. By me. And I'm the authority on these things. Because you look exactly like Yakuza in the cosplay. He looks like he's about to argue, but then sighs.
I knew I should have gotten that white wig sooner. It was still being delivered.
Why would you... Do you intend on using his costume again? Otherwise, that's a bad plan. At least he accepts his fate.
Speaking of outfits...
He looks at me.
Master Wayne, which bad man are you?
I'm Batman. The best one. Clearly I'm Adam West. Or wait, no, it'd be, Aaron East. Show nod
I
solemnly.
would expect nothing less.
Two guys dressed as salt and pepper shakers enter the building. Good, I'm not going to be a weird one for wearing a
Shall we
costume.
get going?
Where are the girls?
They met up in Kyrie's dorm to get ready. They'll be over soon. We can head in first.
Cool. Alright. I'm a sexy police officer. Enter the Pilot's Lounge and I gape at the surroundings. There are fake cobwebs lining the corners and of the ceiling and the walls, and fake bats and spiders are strategically placed in nooks and crannies. The lights are dimmed, which gives the place a spookier feel. I barely even recognize the lounge. The place looks awesome. There's a decent number of people here, and I recognize most of the pilots. I assume there are also engineers and team managers here too. It's a little hard to tell who everyone is while they're in costume. It depends on how little clothing they're wearing. And there are some pretty great costumes here. Some people went full out creative and dressed up as hilarious memes or puns. Oh, yeah, at the last Halloween party I went to, dude went as fucking fake news articles. It was great. He had like 5 of them. It's hilarious memes or puns, while others shilled out for fancy, well-crafted costumes. But of course, the winners of the evening are all the beautiful ladies who can only technically be considered dressed. So then why don't you recognize them? They're wearing less clothes, therefore easier to recognize. I sigh contently. This takes me back to my first CINY costume party.
I think I'm in heaven.
Okay. That dude's life is determined by one thing and one thing only, and he isn't three-dimensional in any way. That'll have to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, have been Keywii. You've been great too, and yourself a delightful day. Goodbye.